Now, the last thing I want to discuss when it comes to our exploration of all of ChatGPT's features and capabilities is Canvas. Canvas is ChatGPT's attempt to create a collaborative workspace where you can connect with AI directly and be a bit more interactive in your collaboration when it comes to drafting, creating, brainstorming, and even coding within ChatGPT. You can do that for a variety of different cases. Two things I want to demonstrate is just how you can use it for coding purposes, because this is really, really cool. And the fact that you can interact with Python code built into ChatGPT and actually iterate on it and run it through ChatGPT is fantastic. And then I'll show you more of a text prompt example of how to use Canvas. But think of it as your collaborative whiteboard where you and ChatGPT are working one-on-one to edit, iterate, and refine. Let's jump right into it. So because I know we are using the free version of ChatGPT, but because we hit our limit usage for the day, I won't be able to demonstrate Canvas within the free environment. So in this case, I just quickly logged on to my Plus account so that I can show you how to access some of those details. So I'm going to go in to show you Canvas, and I'll talk about how to access Canvas in a bit, but first I just want to demonstrate how to use the feature here. So as you can see here, I activated Canvas, and then I put in this layer of Python coding in here. And what it did is that it opened up, and this is what Canvas looks like. It essentially, you have your prompt on the left, and then you're going to have your whiteboard here on the right. So the first thing it did was that it actually made sure that my calculator coding is correct and it works perfectly. And it even gave me suggestions on how I can add user input to make it dynamic or format it. Now, to be frank here, I am not much of a coder, so I don't necessarily know everything that's going on here, but I just kind of created a very basic Python code based on the little bit of information that I did know. So it was good to know that I actually made one that worked, and ChatGPT verified that for me. But what's really cool about using Canvas is you can actually go ahead and run it. So you can see here I have my code put in here for my discount calculator, and I actually have the ability to run it. And what's great is that not only will it see the output, but ChatGPT will actually help me debug my code in case there's any issues there. So I'm going to go ahead and run it. And you can see the console pops up, and now it'll tell me how much I saved and also the final price. So that's a little bit of fun of Python coding. Let me show you another example. And this is where you can get a bit more advanced. And again, for my coders, I apologize if this seems rudimentary and a little bit basic. Again, I'm working with what I have here, and I have a limited knowledge here. But this time I wanted to create a code that allows me to create a bar chart and display the results in a chart. So here's what I did. Let's open up Canvas once again here. And actually what I'll do is I'll just copy and paste this prompt one more time. So let's just copy this here. And then hit Canvas, paste, and let ChatGPT work its magic. Here we go. So now we have it popped up. It opened up Canvas automatically for me. Again, it verified that my chart setup is good to go. And then I can go ahead and click Run. It'll run that coding for me. And then what we should get is a nice clean bar chart. Bam. Here we go. So again, not only is ChatGPT fantastic for image creation and text generation, but you can also use it for your Python coding. And then what's great about Canvas is that it's meant to be a rapid and immediate refinement space. So while I have this coding in here, I can collaborate with ChatGPT to make some changes. So you can see here, if you want to enhance the visualization, like adding values above the bars or adjusting the colors for better clarity, just let me know. So I can make some changes. I can say, hey, can we adjust the colors to be brighter? And so I'm working with it, and you can see ChatGPT in action. It's examining where in my coding that I display colors. It made those edits for me. You can see here the chart now uses brighter colors for each bar, making the visuals more engaging. And again, I really love the fact that we can see where ChatGPT was reading through and processing the information in my code. I can go ahead and hit run. And now what we have is a much brighter bar chart there. Fantastic, right? It's a really great tool. Now I want to show you one more thing regarding Canvas. I want to show you how you can use Canvas for text generation. And I personally love using Canvas with ChatGPT when I'm going to be writing a longer paper or article or blog, and I want to have that editing capacity and that refinement capacity to collaborate with ChatGPT. I could do it in the traditional prompt box, but I won't have the ability to actually go into the actual text that I wrote and edit it directly. but with Canvas you can. So let's take a step back from my excitement of showing you Python coding to show you how do you access Canvas. What you're going to do is when you open up a prompt box, navigate on down to the more options and get to view tools. And you'll see that we'll have Canvas activated when we give it a click, similar to what we did for creating an image. And then we can go ahead and put in our prompt. So here's the prompt. I'm drafting an article titled How to Stay Focused While Working Remotely. I'm asking ChatGPT to help me write a compelling introductory paragraph and help me draft some 3 key sections. And I gave it those sections that I wanted to work on. But this time what I'm saying is, because I want to work collaboratively with ChatGPT, I'm saying just write the introduction first and then wait for my feedback before we continue working on the rest of it. This is going to be great, especially when you're working with more complex prompts. Giving it that instruction is just say, hey, start with one piece and then wait for my feedback increases my collaboration. So once again, ChatGPT open up Canvas for me and let me know. Here's the draft of the introduction. Let me know what you think or if you like any changes before I move on to the next section. And this is what it wrote here. Now you can see, because Canvas is a blank whiteboard space, I can actually continue to write. Before we jump in to modern innovations, let's take a look at the history. I'm going to purposely misspell things for a second here, of remote work environments. And so you can see here, I can actually go ahead and write as I'm going along, and then I can continue to communicate with AI. So it really is a collaborative effort, a partnership between you and ChatGPT. The first thing I'm going to do is ask it to just check all the writing for any grammatical or spelling errors. Can you run a quick check for any grammar or spelling errors before we continue? And I just want to see if ChatGPT can identify it. So I'm asking it to just be my reviewer, be my critiquer, and you can see that it's scanning, it's reading all of it. And what you'll see is and I can identify any potential changes here or any issues. It'll actually highlight it and provide some suggested feedback. So you said I've suggested a couple of minor edits to improve sentence clarity and structure. Let me know if you'd like to revise those now or continue on to the next section. And so I can click on that feedback and it'll tell me what it wants me to do. Consider rephrasing for parallel structure. And if I like the suggestion, I can go ahead and click apply. And now what it'll do is it'll actually rewrite that sentence to fit that suggestion in there. And you can see this is all happening in real time. Now I'm going to just do one more thing. I'm going to highlight this here. And what you can see, another great feature of Canvas is you can actually highlight the text directly and then ask ChatGPT so it knows to focus on the specific section. Can you fix my spelling mistakes in this sentence? All right. So I'm asking it to focus strictly on this sentence that I wrote here. And you can see here it was able to identify those spelling errors and went ahead and fixed them for me. And you can see that partnership happening in real time. I put in something, I'm asking ChatGPT to review and critique it for me. I'm asking it to take a look at what it wrote. I'm critiquing and providing feedback. So say, for example, I'm not necessarily a fan of this last sentence. I wanted to make it a bit more concise. And I think that our intro can be a bit more compelling. So I'm going to say, this is a great start. Can we make the last sentence of the first paragraph more concise? And it would help if I included some proper spelling in this. Here we go. So I'm asking it, this is a great start. Can we make the last sentence of the first paragraph more concise? I'm providing it some feedback. It's going to take my consideration into effect, and it'll rewrite my sentence there for me. And so you can see how Canvas really enhances your interactivity and your experience with ChatGPT and really goes a long way, particularly when it comes to either Python coding or these longer-term writing assignments. Having an editor, a reviewer, and a critiquer at your hands at all times really just enhances your work in general. So have some fun using Canvas and ChatGPT.